Hello, beautiful friends. It's Crystal Rose Insights here to do a very special video. Now, this is going to be a video where I'm going to go over some advice and preparation advice and what to do when you are on the brink of union. Like, what does Spirit want you to know, and really how to navigate that phase between when you just really know that it's coming soon and you don't know how it's going to happen, and when you actually come back into union with your twin flame. Okay, so this is going to be advice of how to navigate that. Like, I feel like it's there, I know it's coming, it's just a matter of when. And so this is going to be advice and guidance for how to handle that phase of the situation. Also, this is going to be for the general collective. It's not going to be very specific. If you want one of these readings that is geared specifically towards you, then I certainly could do this for you. But this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But this is going to be intended to be applicable whenever you come across this video. So even if it's, tomorrow that you watch this video from when I'm recording it, or 4 years from now, if the messages resonate, that's when Spirit has intended for you to hear them. So that's why I want to do this reading. For those of you that it's like you get to that phase of the twin flame journey where you've gone through a lot of the healing, you've gone through the fears, the doubts, you've started stepping into your power, you just know. You don't know how, you don't know when, but it does feel like it's imminent. It's around the corner. And because you can feel the shift in your energy, your intuition tells you it's there. So this is the one for you. Okay? And if you do want a private reading, information is going to be down below, all that good stuff. So, and I do want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you. I want to acknowledge and honor every single person who watches my videos, likes, comments, shares, subscribes. Those of you who donate to my channel, thank you, because every single donation and everything keeps me able to be doing this work for you. And if you feel called to donate, if you found value from my videos and you feel like giving a donation, the suggested donation is $11.11, of course. So if you feel called to do that, every single donation is so appreciated. And those of you that do private readings with me, the live guidance sessions and all that, you're amazing. You really are. I mean, the community that's here on this channel, I have to just honor you, because the most beautiful people are drawn to my work. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Not everyone's going to resonate with what I teach, and and that's okay. But those of you that, for whatever reason, my work is resonating with you, and I'm interacting with you, and I'm having sessions with you, it's just, I have the best community. And I thank you to all my regular clients. You guys are the bomb. I have watched so many of my regular clients, and those of you listening know who you are. You have already made massive strides in the work we've done together, and it's so beautiful to be able to watch. Because guys, if you're new to this twin flame journey, and I know this is a video that's intended for those of you on the brink, so you might not even be seeing this video, but if you're new to the twin flame journey, just know that when you put in the work and you continue to be diligent, and I've seen these shifts. I've seen people move from complete fear and doubt into this energy and power and knowing, and they're just blossoming as souls. So anyway, I don't want to go too much into that, but I want to acknowledge all of you that are here and are doing the work, because I know it can be frustrating and lonely sometimes, and we're here cheering you on. We really are. So as with all my readings, I always start with a gemstone, and this is a quartz, beautiful, like twin flame plus the union energies. This is 3-pointed crystal. I love this one. It's so powerful, and it's so clear, and clear quartz. It's just helping to amplify the energies of the reading. So what I want to do now is I'm going to channel and freeform this, because this is intended to be how to navigate that phase between where you just know it, but it hasn't, like the person hasn't reached out, or you haven't reconnected, or you haven't officially started being together again, whatever that phase is. Okay. And I also have called in Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, all the Ascended Masters, and my higher guides to support this reading for the highest good of all. So let's see what Spirit wants to say. We'll start off with some general, what does Spirit want you to know when you're on this brink of union? Like, What's important to remember when you're on this, in this part of the journey? Let's see what Spirit says about that. They're saying you're at the end of this difficult situation. You've been in this overwhelm, but we're grounding it now in the physical plane with this Queen of Pentacles, who's very practical, very loving. You know, you've gone through the prioritizing of really what matters in your life. You've taken an inventory. You've decided what suits you and what doesn't suit you. And you've done the culling. You've done the hard work to potentially let go of relationships, of family members or friendships that just don't align with your new vibration. And Spirit's acknowledging this in you. And you've had to defend yourself. You've had to, you've had people come at you that are like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you still pining over this person? They were not nice, not nice to you, but you know, they broke up with you and that was 2 years ago. What are you still doing thinking about them? They don't understand it. So Spirit's acknowledging that you've had to stand your ground. You've had to pick your battles, and you just sort of, that's why this journey can be kind of lonely, right? It can be very lonely from the standpoint of people not understanding it, and you just stop talking to your friends about it, the ones that don't get it, because they don't get it, and you know they don't get it, and so you start to feel a little bit alone. But then we do get this Nine of Cups. The wishes are coming true because you know the wishes are coming true. You feel it in your heart. You feel it in your gut. And you've had to have patience. You have known on a soul level that even though you're recognizing this and you were in this overwhelm at first, like, oh my gosh, like all these feelings, all this understanding, when you first are on this twin flame journey, it's like, it's resonating with you and you're saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this is it. This is what I've been living. I can't even believe this thing exists. I don't even know what this was before, but now it makes sense. So when you're in this, but then you've had to, you've had to integrate the spiritual lessons. And you've had the patience, and especially a lot of you guys that are watching my videos are divine feminines. Gender, doesn't matter. It's the energy, divine feminine energy. You've had your patience as you both have been integrating your lessons, because now things are going to start to move forward in victory with this Chariot energy. It's happening. It's moving forward, and it's moving towards the Lovers. And guys, I don't read reversals, but Spirit just totally acknowledged your journey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is coming to this. I have chills. I have waves of chills, guys. Okay. So Spirit in this whole thing, again, this is free form, what they're saying to me. And the cards are very clear. This is the journey. This is the journey. So they're acknowledging the journey. They're proud of you for being on this journey. They're proud of you for sticking it out. They're proud of you for doing the work. Like, they're beaming. I'm feeling this energy of beaming. Like, you guys, seriously. Okay, that's like 17 cards that just jumped out. I'm not going to look at those. So we're going to keep going here. Let's see what else Spirit wants to add to this. Yes. Oh, this is it. Yep. Oh my God. Okay, guys. All right, thank you, Spirit, so much. Okay, because this was your partner. Again, most of you guys are divine feminines watching this. I know there's some divine masculines that watch my videos, of course. But look, this was your partner. You had offered your cup, this Four of Cups. You had offered your cup of love, and for your part, because you were more, a lot of times the divine feminine is further ahead in the journey in terms of the awakening process. Not always, but in general. So in general, the divine feminines have been offering this cup, and the divine masculine's been sort of focused over here. It's like he's not seeing it. He's not wanting to see it, not wanting to recognize it. He's being a little stubborn, or he's just being a little myopic. So he was in this energy of being in this Four of Cups, not recognizing the opportunity. But then he's gone through this transformational process, this death card. This is the transformation, the end of a cycle, beginning of a new one, the death of one thing, a birth of another. So he has shed his old ways of thinking, his old ways of being. And because he's done this shedding, look, it's the Ten of Swords. This is the end of a difficult situation, because he hasn't even realized how much his situation and his heartache and the things that he struggled with were really because he was the old version of himself, the non-awakened version of himself. But Spirit is saying once you go through this transformation, it's the end of this difficult situation in the head. Things are looking up. Things are changing. Because here's the sun. This is the happiest energy in the tarot. All right, guys, I know. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay. So Spirit is basically doing a little bit of a review. Like, let's review what we've been through. So this is your journey. This is usually the journey of the Divine Feminine. This is the journey of the Divine Masculine. And they're acknowledging it, and they're saying this is what you've been through. This is the process. And again, each of you have different ways this has manifested. There's not one set path for the twin flame journey, and please don't take what I'm saying to mean that in any way. But again, this being a general reading for the collective, and then we're getting the Hierophant, this grounding of heaven and earth, this bringing the spiritual teachings into the three-dimensional world. With this King of Swords living from truth. Having gone through the chaos, he's now ready to move things forward in the physical. This is Spirit just acknowledging it. He's been a little slow, but here is judgment. He wants to do what's right. He wants to do what's balanced. He's making some communication in the physical about the fact that he's had regrets. He's, looked at the past, this Five of Cups energy. But it was important. He needed to really grieve the past and figure out the past so that he can acknowledge these two cups that are next to him here. Because this is wise, and that was part of the seeds well planted in the physical, which is then leading to success, happiness, love, enjoyment of the little things, which is going to lead to this Page of Cups, which is this offer, this communication about love. I'm sorry, I'm holding it up. I really wish my camera could allow these cards to be closer, but in any case. So, Spirit's just through the cards laid out the path and how this has transpired. All right. So now I'm going to get some, I'm going to move on and get some advice here. So where am I feel like there was, let me tune into this for a second. Here's what we want to work on too. So I'm going to pull some surrender cards because this is the last final things. Like, as you're on this brink, what's important for you to remember to let go of. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards for the Divine Masculine and 3 cards for the Divine Feminine that are on, like, literally know it's imminent. They know it's imminent. They don't know how it's happening. Usually it's the Divine Feminine who doesn't know what's happening because the Divine Masculine is typically the one coming towards the Feminine and trying to figure out how to approach her again. But I'm still going to pull cards, 3 cards for the Divine Masculine and what he needs to release in these final moments before coming into union. Surrender procrastination. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, he knows it. He just has to freaking do it. Okay. This is too funny. Thank you. My guides are so funny. And they're being very clear. It says, now's the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. Divine Masculine. And surrender to non-action, which is taking the time to be still and not act and breathe and focus. So what they're saying is, you can't, this is so funny because these are almost opposite messages, but it's very accurate because they need to surrender procrastination. So they need to just decide to freaking shit or get off the pot and just do it. But they also need to breathe and focus on the power and surrender to divine timing, because he's going to know when the right time is. He's waiting for something. It's like he knows he needs to move forward, but he's not taken the action yet because he knows there's divine timing in place. So these two are going together very clearly. It's that he knows, as he's trying to figure out what to do, he's kind of gotten into non-action. So he's like, okay, it's okay to maybe not do anything because I know I'm going to know the moment. I know that I'm going to get the nudge from the universe. I'm going to get the sign, and I'm just going to go for it when that happens. So it's almost like he knows this in his soul space. It's too funny. So he's surrendering procrastination and he's taking action, but here's the action he's taking. He's surrendering to trusting the divine timing. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to pull 3 cards for what the divine feminine needs to surrender in this phase of their journey. Surrender to creativity, surrender to silence, and surrender to setting limits. Interesting. So we're getting let your imagination soar, stay open to all creative ideas and how to pursue a dream or a problem. Like, this is just about enjoying the moment, enjoying that it's beyond your control, and that the universe is going to show you in creative ways that you would not have even thought of. And in that, it's important to continue to meditate, stillness within. Like, if you're starting to get anxious in any way, surrender to silence, get into meditation, get into that silence, because that's where the stillness is. And then the setting limits, continue to set boundaries and continue to express your needs. And even when your twin comes back in your life in whatever way that he does, okay, so this is divine feminine to the divine masculine. When your divine masculine comes to you, don't be afraid to set limits, okay? Because this is part of the honoring yourself that needs to happen once you start coming back into union, when you start coming into that relationship. Is now's not the time to get chicken and then not set the limits because you don't want to rock the boat. Your divine masculine will respect your boundaries. He will learn from those boundaries, and you will continue to contain your power, divine feminine, okay? So it's important, like, I know many of you and many of my clients have been focusing on setting boundaries and communicating those boundaries to people in their lives in a way like they're practicing for when they're in union. And this is just saying, reminding you, remember to keep that power. And it's okay. It says, remember that no is a complete sentence. You don't have to justify your decision. You don't have to explain anything. If something is, you're not willing to do something, just say, no, I'm not able to do it. Don't have to explain it. If that doesn't sit well with you, no, that's not okay with me. And when you're with your divine masculine, part of those initial conversations, I'm going to do another video about this stage when you're actually starting to interact and be in union, like what to remember at the beginning. So this is a bit of a preview for that because it's already bleeding through into this channeling. It comes in and it goes right the heck out of my brain because it's coming through spirit. It's not coming through my consciousness. So it just like went out. It'll come back. Hold on. Because this is part of your empowering divine feminine, is setting the limits with your divine masculine, because many of you divine feminines have healed the patterns of codependency, not feeling worthy, not feeling enough. And this new level of healing is coming by continuing to set limits, to set those boundaries, because that's the early stages of that relationship, is this is what I'm willing to accept and this is what I'm not willing to accept, and own it. You don't have to apologize for it. And your divine masculine, he's your divine masculine, will hear it, respect it, and do what he can to live within those boundaries. But this is continuing to remind you, like those of you that have done that work, it's super important. Okay, I'm going to pull a couple more cards here as we wrap this up. This has been so many messages already coming through, very, very clear. But I'm going to pull a card from Archangel Michael. What does Archangel Michael want the twins coming into union? What is his best advice when you're in this stage? So I'm going to pull one card from Michael. You have created the situation, which is and you have the power to change it, which means thank you for leaning on your strength to help manifest and heal accordingly. Michael's reminding you that he's reminding you of your personal power, and he's going to keep supporting you in this journey. He's going to help you heal, because when you come into union, you're still going to be healing, right? It's not like the journey's over for healing. You're going to learn new lessons being in union with your twin, and it's going to help heal help heal each other in a different way. And it's going to be, he's going to support you with that peaceful energy as you go through this process. Because as you guys know, it's not over once you come into union. It's not like, hey, we've reached the finish line of the marathon and we're just going to now go celebrate and have champagne and all that good stuff. Like, it's not over. There's no end to this journey, really. It's just entering into a new phase of it. So let's see what the divine, what the goddesses want to give you advice for too, as we wrap this up. They're just reminding you, Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. So they're just wanting you, remind you from the Divine Feminine. She's like, keep, like, you know this. If you're in this phase, you do know it. And continue to have that magic. Expect the miracle. Let go of the form the miracle comes in, how it's going to happen and all that. But it's like you can expect it and having faith. And they're just nudging you to remember to have faith. All right, guys, that is the channeling for those twins who are in that phase of, you know it's imminent, you know it's close, you don't know how it's going to happen, so what's the advice? I hope this has been helpful. If you want a reading similar to this where I tune specifically into your situation and where you're at, please do reach out to me. Information will be down below. I hope this has been helpful. In the meantime, I wish you guys so much love, and until next time, in abundant love always. Bye.